Hey everyone, I am joined today by my good friend Dani, who you recognize, One Encompass travel agent extraordinaire, and she is fresh, and I say fresh off of a return trip from Disneyland in Anaheim. So, Dani, welcome. So excited to hear about it.
Hi, I'm so excited. Again, my name is Dani, and I'm an agent here at Wand and Compass Travel Company. And we just returned, another Imagineer and me from Disneyland. We were at an earmarked by Disney silver level agency training, and I cannot even describe how amazing it was to be not only with Disney reps and learning so much about different aspects of Disney, but to experience Disneyland for the first time since I was 3 years old. Like, I don't remember going to Disneyland. So for me, it was walking into a whole new world, and I can't rave about it enough.
This is what I love about this experience. It is basically your first time going to Disneyland, at least in the iteration that it is now. It's also a very important time to go and explore Disneyland. It's the 70th anniversary, which is ending at the end of the summer. So first, you went for a travel agent education program on behalf of One Encompass Travel. So walk me through, where did you stay? And what was kind of the agenda that you had for what was a very short trip? It looks like you did a lot, but what was that agenda that you started off with and where did you stay?
So we stayed at Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa, and OMG, everyone should stay there. Just save yourself a little bit of extra money and go, because honestly, it is their deluxe premiere. If you're a Walt Disney World girly like me, it's the Grand Floridian of California. And let me tell you, it is everything, everything that you can possibly imagine. Definitely worth the time and energy that it might take to save that little bit of extra money. You're saving yourself so much extra travel, extra steps, and we all know that extra steps are not what we need when we're at Disney.
Right.
We don't need any extra. So our first day, we were literally only there for about 48-ish hours. So it was a very, very fast-paced trip. So I arrived on Monday morning, went to the park for about 4 hours before check-in, left my luggage with Bell Services, of course, so they would hold on to it for me. And when my room was ready, they did, in fact, just deliver it to my room. So I didn't have to worry about it. And then we got ready. We had a welcome event in the evening, and they only kept us for a very short amount of time, but we had a really great, very small training session to kind of prepare us for the next day. Then we had a reserved seating for World of Color, which is so good. It's World of Color Happiness right now. And that will be ending when the 70th anniversary celebrations end in August. So I was very thankful. I do recommend that everyone gets on their Disneyland app when they're there and votes for the Pixar character they want featured at night. We chose Happiness because we were happy. So Joy was our main character of the night. And after that, we were free to roam. Disneyland was open until 11, so it gave us a little bit of time to head over there. We had some great, great quick service food while we were there, something that I think at Walt Disney World, I prefer the sit down meals or quick snacks, but at Disneyland, quick service, top notch, just
Mhm.
throwing that right out there. And then our second day, we had training from 7:30 in the morning until 5:30 in the evening.
Wow, big day.
Yeah, it was a very big day. So we had breakfast, then we went on our resort tours. So not only did we get to experience the Grand Californian, we also got to enjoy the Disneyland Hotel and Pixar Place. And when we were at Pixar Place, we got a cute little surprise from Doug. So we all got to meet Doug and take some pictures. I will say, Pixar Place, the renovations they've done there in the last few years are amazing. You are very immersed in what feels like almost an Imagineering lab.
Hmm.
There are sketches on the walls, things light up in cool, fun colors as you're walking through. It is an amazing place, especially if you have littles or
Hmm.
you're just like a huge Pixar fan. The rooms at every one of the hotels are a really good size. They're a really good size for families. At Pixar Place and at the Grand Californian, most of their rooms do have a pull down sofa bed, so you can fit five, even in standard rooms. And you wouldn't run out of space. They've thought of ways for you to store your luggage so it's out of the way. They have plenty of connecting rooms, so those are always good. All of the resorts have a pool. They have extra amenities to go with it. The Grand Californian obviously has a spa. Pixar Place has cabanas you can rent by the pool so that you can stay out of the sun because we all know the sun does not love any of us. It doesn't love any of us. So we did that. We walked back through downtown Disney, got ourselves a little drink, got back into our training session, and then we had breakout trainings for about 4 hours. So we spent an hour at each place, Disneyland, Disney World, Disney Cruise, and what was our fourth one? Social media. We actually had a social media training.
Hmm.
Then we had a fun-filled training on Adventures by Disney. We
Yes.
actually had one of the hosts, the guides, come and speak with us. His name is Dani. I remember that because, my
Great.
name.
Yes.
I instantly followed him on Instagram because the stories. He he has so many stories and was able to teach us so much about even just the Disneyland Adventures by Disney trip that they do and things like they get to go into the parks when it's completely empty
Hmm.
before everyone gets in there. They get their pictures. And by the time people are starting to come into Disneyland, they're out. They're gone.
Hmm.
So it was an amazing learning experience. He had plenty of cute little tidbits to tell us about Walt and little like hidden treasures in the parks that we should be looking for. He definitely encouraged us all to go through the catacombs in the castle to make sure we saw the whole Sleeping Beauty story, which we did. And then in the evening, we were off like rockets into California Adventure. We decided to Disney bound as Loki and the Scarlet Witch.
And
So,
you both pulled it off so well. And then when I saw your picture with Loki, I was like, well, they've done it. They've peaked Disney adult moments.
yes, forever Disney moment with Loki. He immediately approached me and said, I think I like this variant. And I was like,
I'm never leaving.
and he was like, I really like the hair. The hair is different. I really like it.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, it's better than yours. So sorry. And he gave me the best hair flip I've ever seen in my life and
Oh.
was just like, nope, this hair is of the gods. And, was like, come talk to me about your Asgardian leather jacket.
And
And
I
it was
think that's
good.
what is so special about Disneyland. There's a lot, right? This is
Mhm.
Walt's Park and even Disney California Adventure being the newer park there. The interactions you get with characters are so much less rushed and
Yes.
they're less planned because they're roaming, they're just interacting with you in different places. You don't know who you're going to see no matter where you are. So I think there's an element of surprise and delight that kind of happens in those parks that doesn't happen as frequently or as I don't know, in every single park in Walt Disney World.
I would say Walt Disney World, it feels a little bit more planned
Yes.
and intent, like you have to intentionally go
Hmm.
meet characters. Characters don't just randomly pop up as you're walking down the street.
Right.
At Disneyland, literally, the minute we walked in on Monday, completely unplanned. We're walking down Main Street. Who's there? Cruella de Vil.
Hmm.
And there's just a few people lined up to meet her. We met her. She had a wonderful conversation with us. She made fun of both of us
As
on
she
video
should.
so we can relive it forever. And took pictures, and they weren't, and this was not like a rush, go, rush, go, rush, go. And there were no cast members following
Hmm.
these characters. They were just out there to meet and greet and make their own choices and take as many pictures and as much video and have as much interaction as you want. It was the same with Peter Pan. We happened upon Peter Pan by the castle. Could we take your picture? Absolutely. Oh, let's take more pictures. You guys didn't get one together. It was very much like that. And even in like when we actually waited in line to see a character, we got a lot of, oh, okay, let's take pictures with you. Okay, let's take pictures with you. But wait, we're not done until we take pictures together.
Hmm.
So it wasn't like, okay, you get your one picture, go. You get your one picture, go. It was very, I almost want to say authentic.
Hmm.
They had whole conversations
Yes.
with us. And I will tell you, I am the biggest Disney adult, one of the biggest for sure. Those character interactions mean something to me.
Hmm.
And we got to meet Mickey and Minnie all in our classroom during our lunch break. Mickey and Minnie came to take pictures. And Cher was able to FaceTime her 3-year-old, and they got on FaceTime with her. No one was rushing. They
Hmm.
wanted to make sure that she got that time, as well as pictures, as well as video. And then, okay, she's done everything. She said her goodbyes. She got her Mickey and Minnie kisses, and off she went, and on to the next person. But it was really touching because it means something, even as an adult, to
Hmm.
meet those characters that you love.
Absolutely. So you had what I'm amazed about is thinking about how long your days were and how much you packed in. And I think this is something that is really unique to Disneyland. You could do all of those things. And I think for people who don't know Disneyland as well as maybe Walt Disney World, when you mentioned being able to go from downtown Disney directly into the park, everything is connected. It's actually just a small campus. And so you
Mhm.
can walk from any one of those three hotels to downtown Disney and to both parks and go back and forth and in between all walking. There is really no need for additional transportation if you are staying in one of those three hotels. So it does make it easier to get around. But what would you say if you're recommending to your clients, how much time do you think you need to really experience Disneyland? Let's say it's someone's first time going, like it sort of was for you and for Cher at this
Mhm.
point. What would you say is the right amount of time to go and really experience it and not feel rushed and get the most out of it?
I would say 3 nights and 4 days would
Hmm.
be my recommendation because you're going to want to go at a leisurely pace.
Right.
You do not want to do what I did and go from 7 a.m. to midnight every single night on repeat just to try to fit in as much as you can. Um, I think 4 park days really will allow you to stop and meet those characters, to stop and have those moments of, wow, this feels different because it really does. I don't know how to really find a word that describes it except nostalgic,
Hmm.
but it's a special feeling. I thought, okay, I've been to Disney World a million times. So it's going to feel like Disney when I walk in. And I was so very, very surprised that when I walked in, it feels different. It
Hmm.
hits you different because you know Walt was there,
Hmm.
physically there. And there's just something about it. And it is a slower moving pace.
Yes.
Cher and I were laughing because at Disney World, you walk with a purpose. You know, everyone's hustle, 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 walk really fast. And as we're walking through Disneyland, people are just
Strolling.
walking. They're just strolling through the park, enjoying their day at a very leisurely pace. And you want to be able to be that person.
Yes.
I wish I could have been that person, but I had things to do and people to see. So I had to get my Disney World walk on through the
Hmm.
park. But I think 4 park days realistically gives you time to do everything because Lightning Lane is available and it is worth it, 100% worth it. And it comes with your photo pass.
Hmm.
Always got to have the photo pass anyway. So if you buy your Lightning Lane, which you can add to your tickets when you book your trip, you don't have to wait until closer till to buy those. It's worth it, but there are a lot of rides that do not have a Lightning Lane.
Especially at Disneyland Park.
Yes,
Hmm.
especially at Disneyland Park. So if you want to ride Finding Nemo submarine ride, you're going to need to stand in line. If you want to ride Mr. Toad's Wild Adventure, you're going to need to stand in line. Because I'm ingrained with Walt Disney World, as we're scrolling through our lightning lanes trying to pick rides, we turned a corner and I went, they have an Alice in Wonderland ride. How did I not know that? And then we're like, oh, it doesn't have lightning lane. All we've been looking at are lightning lane
Oh,
rides.
yes, yes.
So take those moments, take that time to let it really sink in, enjoy all the food, just all of it. Every single thing I ate there was amazing. Eat all the food, eat all the snacks, have time to go back to the hotel and play in the pool. Have time to sit outside on your balcony and watch the theme park. We had a theme park view. So I just got to watch people
Mhm.
while I sat and had my afternoon cup of coffee and took a little bit of a break. So I can't say enough about the pace there. So I know it seems small, but there is a lot packed into those small places.
I think that's a great call out because this is something that was noticeable to me last summer when I went there for the first time. It is smaller, yes, but because of the factors you shared, because half the rides at Disneyland aren't on Lightning Lane, if you have any hope of getting to most of the attractions, you're going to need more than one day.
Hmm.
The other thing is a lot of there are so many nighttime performances, shows, fireworks, Fantasmic. I mean, you've everything is in two parks, but there's probably four or five different nighttime experiences that you could explore. And you've got to pick and choose because it really is not realistic to say I can do three of them in one night. You probably can't because of how they overlap, where you have to be from park to park. So again, that midday break, I think, is so key there because the parks are open later,
Hmm.
significantly later than most Walt Disney World parks are. And if you want to get a little bit of all those great nighttime activities and nighttime spectaculars, you've got to have enough nights for it and you have to have energy by the time the end of the day comes. And I
Yeah.
think another thing is to note, and we talked about this briefly this morning, even was like that time change can throw you. So depending on where you're
Mhm.
flying in from, sometimes you want that extra day just to kind of adjust, get your body on some closer timeline. Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
East Coast time, and for us, for my kids, it was really a challenge to kind of, we wake up at 4 a.m. because that's the time we're normally up.
Yeah.
And to make it up later can be difficult. So I do think planning that into your plans and giving
Mhm.
yourself a little extra time can go a long way just for people's stamina.
I will also say that for ease, as far as hotel choices go, the Grand Californian, another reason I say that it's worth that tiny bit of extra money
Mhm.
is there's an entrance to downtown Disney directly from the hotel.
Yes.
So waiting to go through security, you don't have to. We were
Mhm.
able to walk right up, go through the detectors and go on about our day very quickly. There's also an entrance directly into California Adventure,
Mhm.
and it's right by Soarin', so it gives you a really nice view
Yeah.
of Soarin' while you're there. I do want to say that we've talked about how special the 70th anniversary
Mhm.
is, and we were able to do some of those nighttime events. We did Worlds of Color Happiness. We also were able to see Paint the Night,
Mm.
which was absolutely stunning.
Yes.
Far better, in my opinion, than Starlight, even though I love Starlight. I really do. Paint the Night is it's a monster and it is so good. It is just so, so good. And again, they run at basically the same time.
Right.
There was a second showing of Paint the Night at 10:45 for people who wanted to come over after California Adventure left, but I will say that that first showing of the night, there were less people
Hmm.
waiting around because both shows were going at the same time. So if you're looking for a little bit of strategy,
Yeah.
uh, make that 8:45 one night showing of Paint the Night, and the next night go over to California Adventure and see Worlds of Color. So there's also projections
Hmm.
on the castle after that parade is over, and very shortly after Paint the Night is over. There's projections on the castle. And then there's projections onto It's a Small World and in Fantasyland behind. Yes.
I
It
love that what they do in that small world area almost feels like a second castle.
it is almost a second castle.
Hmm.
For sure, almost a second castle. We happened to be walking by It's a Small World during that projection show, and my favorite Haunted Mansion was up there. We
Mm.
were listening to Grim Grinning Ghosts, and I
Ah,
was very excited about it. So of course I had to stop and take it in for a few minutes. But then as soon as that was over, it was right back to second showing of Paint the Night. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot keeping people in that main hub and on
mhm.
Main Street for a very long period of time.
Yep.
So if you are going, plan early, plan around what nighttime show you want to see,
Hmm.
and then just dedicate to it.
Hmm.
Don't dedicate that time to trying to run onto rides or trying to leave one parade and run to a ride and come back. Take the leisurely time to stay, dedicate yourself to that time,
Get your
and then
popcorn.
maybe, yes, get your popcorn,
Hmm.
get your drink, just take it in. And there are a lot of places in Disneyland for you to sit and
Yep.
enjoy those things, much more so than at Disney World.
Yes. All right. So I want to, in our few minutes, do a rapid fire round of questions for you. No pressure. Just some of your favorite things, some thoughts you have. Favorite attraction?
It's a tie, I think, between Haunted Mansion, because, of course, and it is different for those of you out there who don't know that, it is different.
Hmm.
Um, I would say it was between Haunted Mansion and Web Slingers.
Yes. Web Slingers was a surprise for my whole family. We were
Yeah,
shocked at how much we loved it.
it was
All
so
right.
good.
Next one. Best snack you had?
Probably the beignets from
Mm.
Cafe Orleans. They have the Mickey shaped beignets that I'm used to from French Quarter. That was a good one. We did also stop at the
Rose Tavern?
Rose Tavern, thank you. Um, and had the gray stuff. It was very good. It
It was
was very,
delicious, I'm sure.
yes, it was.
Best sit down meal you had?
Lamplight Lounge. I will say it is a little bit on the pricier side,
Mhm.
but the view from the pier, you can't beat it. You
And I
can't beat
think
it.
that's another point about Disneyland. There are a lot fewer, there are not nearly as many sit down table service style restaurants because the intent is to keep you moving. Because again, it's a smaller place, got to move people around. So I think the most of the ones that are sit down are a little on the pricier end. They're going to be more of those like signature dining prices.
But the food was delicious and the drinks were great.
All right, best nighttime spectacular.
Paint the night.
Paint the night.
Paint the night.
You already told me your favorite hotel,
Yep.
Grand Californian.
All the way. Never
Favorite
going
ca-
without it.
favorite character you got to meet.
Loki.
Loki.
Loki. I
Awesome.
just, there's too much of a bond there. Can't.
I
Can't
get
get
it. As someone who's newly into the more of the MCU, I understand. Last question is you're going to go back. You already
Mhm.
have a return trip planned.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about what that is and what is one thing you want to make sure you do that you didn't get to do this time.
So there are a list of things I want to do. The highest on that list is to ride Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. We didn't
Hmm.
get a chance to do that. I also would like to spend a little more time in Radiator Springs and actually enjoy the attractions in there.
Hmm.
Um, Another thing is Blue Bayou. Blue
Yes.
Bayou was not open on this trip because Pirates is down for refurbishment. So I definitely want to make sure that I get to experience that when I go back. It will be just my husband and I running away for a few days. We are going to do 3 nights and 4 days
Hmm.
and stay at the Grand Californian and make sure that we soak it all in. It will be his very first time stepping foot into Disneyland, and I'm very, very excited to show him what it can be.
Oh my gosh. I love that you get to now plan a trip with all of this in mind and that you get to go and do all those the other things. We say this about Disney World all the time. It's true about Disneyland. You can't do it all in one trip. Don't
No.
try to. Enjoy the moments, the unexpected impromptu moments. Plan for the things that are must-dos, but leave yourself the space to snack and meet all of the amazing people that are there.
Yes, and I need to meet Baymax. That was on my list this time. It did not happen, but Baymax is,
It's
I will hunt
happening.
him down through the park somewhere. I will find him.
Lines have been drawn, priorities are set. Dani,
Yes.
thank you so much. I know you are coming fresh home from all of the things. You have a lot to do. I just appreciate you sharing all of your experience right as soon as you got back with us. But if
Absolutely.
anybody needs any help looking for their Disneyland trip, again, this is the time to go. Go this summer. There's plenty of great deals and offers from tickets to hotels. Go celebrate the 70th in Walt's Original Park and reach out to Dani if you need anything at all when it comes to planning your next magical adventure. And Dani, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, take care.
Bye.